everybody. Welcome to the Imps podcast show with me, Cornell B, /DJ Cornell B. Back again. And today, I'm just doing a view of Lincoln City's draw with Derby County, talking Hakeeb'S, obviously going to his loan spell with Doncaster Rovers to the end of the season, and also talking everything Imps. Before I get into the I'd say thank you very much to the 475 subscribers who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. It absolutely means the world. Keep on smashing your likes and keep on leaving your comments and also leaving your likes and your thoughts and your opinions. It'll be very, very appreciated in the comments box down below. And keep on hitting that subscribe button. Love to get it up to 476. It'll be very, very appreciated. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So Saturday just gone, we faced Derby County, where we drew 0-0 against them after an outstanding performance, chances made and chances missed. And obviously, I've got to be honest, I can't say anything but well done to every single one of the players who has really shown their heart, their determination, their fighting spirit, being positive on the counter attack, being positive in midfield, being positive in defense, and also just giving their all and putting 100% effort. And that's what the Imps fans obviously want. And, we saw the emergence of Joe Taylor, who showed pure power, pure pace, and what type of prospect he's going to be like this second half of the season. We saw the debut of Moylan as well, who almost scored and almost made the headlines to actually getting the only goal, but he will score eventually, just like Joe Taylor will. And my thoughts on that game were, I thought we were outstanding. I thought our defense, mostly Mitchell. The thing about Alex Mitchell is that Alex Mitchell always puts his heart and soul into his game. He always puts his effort and everything that he does as a player. Yes, he's not our official player because obviously he's with us until the end of the season, just like Barabbas is. But the fact is that Alex Mitchell always gives 100%, and that's what you have to do. And we're seeing fantastic and brilliant performances from Alex Mitchell this season. Barabbas is the same thing, even though Barabbas didn't play on Saturday against Derby. Derby caused a few problems, which they did, and they caused us a few problems going forward. But to be in all fairness, they offered nothing. And all this talk about that we were going to get smashed, we were going to get beat, it didn't happen. And Derby fans giving it all the banter and giving it all and saying that we were going to be beaten, that we are the Grimsby shit side of things. No, we're nothing like Grimsby. We're not the new version of Grimsby Town. Us and Grimsby Town are two different teams. How we play and how Grimsby play is totally different. How their manager plays, Skabala plays it different. The formation that we, Lincoln City, was playing on Saturday, especially the 3-4-1-2 formation with two strikers up front, one player just playing behind the striker, and then four in midfield, three at the back, /4. It shows that us, Lincoln City, are willing to adapt to that formation. And you saw that on Saturday. I thought we were brilliant going forward. I thought we created so many chances, especially Joe Taylor. And Joe Taylor, for me, is going to be one prospect that is going to really get everybody out of his seat. And the fact is that we wanted someone to come into the team, either on loan, permanent, and just bring some excitement to Lincoln City. Joe Taylor brought that, and you're going to see more of that this season. You're going to see that this Saturday when Joe Taylor finally gets his first goal in an Imps shirt and kicks on with his season this second half of this season. And we saw other players, give their all as well. But I feel for me, the best players out of that game was Sorensen. It was Mitchell, Jackson, rock solid as ever. He's been outstanding. Yes, injuries has made him kind of like really pull out the team. But what it has shown is that back three, especially our back three in our Imps defense of Mitchell, Jackson, and obviously TJ chipping in as well. But Mitchell, Jackson, and obviously Sorensen playing in the four, it has shown that we can deal. It doesn't matter if O'Connor's in it, Doesn't matter if O'Connor's not in it, and even if he has, even though he hasn't been in it throughout this season, the players are showing that they can deal without him. But obviously, he's back this Saturday coming, along with Danny Mandroyu, which I'll speak about, and I'm going to talk about who do I think both of them deserve to be in the starting lineup. Does Skubala change it? Um, but reflecting on the Derby County versus us Lincoln City game, I think it was an outstanding performance. It's just that I can't believe that Joe Taylor missed 2, 3 clear-cut chances. He could have had a hat-trick. The first one was very unlucky. I think he could have chipped the ball over the keeper. The second one, very unlucky again. But I think the third one, I think it should have been a goal. But if he keeps on digging and plugging at the goal, using his raw power, using his pace, using everything that he has, he will score. And come Saturday against Peterborough, he will score. But other than that, the performance from us Lincoln City against Derby has shown that we are going to have a very good, fantastic second half of the season. Still need more improvements being made. We still need a midfielder. We still need, we need a winger, possibly a striker, to come in. We've got 2 loans remaining, so I know I'm sure for that Skubala will use it. Will use the loan market very seriously and make sure he brings the right ones. And I know he's always dubbed having experience in the team, and that's the main aim of the game. So we have to respect Skubala on his decision. But other than that, all this talk about Cashin, who's been linked with the move to the Premier League. I couldn't believe it when I saw the team with the EFL team of the week, and I was even surprised that I think Mitchell and Jackson needed to be in it. And obviously, I was pleased that Hamilton was in it because Hamilton was the best player. His energy, his optimism, his 100% effort, everything that he gives to his game is what Ethan Hamilton does. Ethan Aron does it too. Bish, we're seeing the very best of Teddy Bishop this season. And I said from time that more games that Teddy Bishop gets under Skubala this season, even though our midfield has been consistent, and even though, yes, we needed that sort of creativity and Bishop can give that, you're going to see even more. And what Bishop showed on Saturday was that if you give him the game time, he will deliver. And Saturday just gone against Derby, he delivered. And come Saturday against Peterborough, he will deliver again. Not just only him, not just only Joe Taylor, every single Lincoln City player is going to deliver. And you're going to see the same positivity. You're going to see the same standing up, see Lincoln City standing up to Peterborough on Saturday, and you're going to see more optimism and more positivity being brought to this football club. And that's how we're going to learn. That's how we're going to improve. That's how we're going to get better. Because we've been in League One for 5 seasons. And it's time for us to really do something special and really put some smiles on Lincoln City football fans' face. Excluding me, I've already been put on a smile on my face. But obviously the ones that are not so optimistic. So I would presume that that's going to happen. But other than that, from our performance against Derby, it was outstanding. And I watched it back. I thought Draper was outstanding. I thought Taylor was outstanding. Joe Taylor, / Joe Badman Taylor, is going to be one prospect. Draper the same. The whole team. Obviously Rico getting minutes into his belt. I'm pleased for Rico. Obviously we ain't going to see him play the 90 minutes for a bit of a while. Once he gets all the minutes back in drilled into his body, then you're going to see even more more of Rico Hackett this season, and you're going to see even better performances from Rico. Not saying it weren't, because Rico Hackett obviously is always positive on the ball, and I always say when he comes on, when he's on the pitch, it's a different. We're attacking. We're going to be the same thing with Moylan. But other than that, that performance against Derby was the best performance ever. Real shame we couldn't get 3 points because it was massive 3 points, but I do believe we'll get 3 points on Saturday. And we will beat Peterborough, and we will stop at nothing until we have beaten Peterborough and we get 3 points out of that game. And nothing is going to stop Joe Taylor from scoring on Saturday, and even better, getting his brace. So big up Joe Taylor. And big up Lincoln City Football Club. Also in the news on the Imps View podcast show, Hakeeb has left Lincoln City to go on loan to Doncaster Rovers in League Two. My reactions to this is I'm not surprised. The reason why I say I'm not surprised that he has gone to Doncaster Rovers on loan is because there was no point of Hakeeb being with us. After being signed by Appleton, wasn't favoured by Appleton, wasn't favoured by Kennedy, not favoured by Scabala. It don't make sense. He will always be remembered for scoring his brace, for scoring against Bradford City. But when managers started to change, when we started to have the likes of Appleton, when we started to have the likes of Kennedy, and then Scabala, who we have now as our head coach, then his playing time started to deal away. Obviously, he made his impact under Kennedy when we was going through our injury crisis. And now with the players coming back, Ben House is not far away from coming back. He'll be back in training a few weeks, in a couple of weeks. So there is a lot of optimism ahead of Ben House's return, but we won't see him until the ending of February. But it might be before that. Who knows? But Adelican, obviously, it didn't make sense him being at Lincoln City. And reason why is because it don't make sense he's being on the bench. If you're not playing and you ain't going to be playing regularly, it's better if you send him out on loan, let him get back to the Hakeeb that he is. And then come the end of the season, if he impresses, which is likely he will, I mean, he'll bring his versatility, he'll bring a lot of optimism, he'll bring positivity to their team. He can play, obviously anywhere on the attacking third, and it will suit them for sure. And their manager obviously will get the best out of them, will get the best out of him. But at the end of the day, it's about playing under a manager and given the opportunity that he fully deserves. And Doncaster Rovers will give him that. I mean, it's a bit of a shock, and it hasn't worked. I know some people say he was useless, but I don't think he was useless at all. It's just that the playing time, it didn't work. Same thing with Shadipa, same thing with Jack Vale. It just didn't work. So right now, it's about freeing up, obviously, more money, more transfer money. Obviously, he was on a bigger wage, 4.5 K of wages. I'm like, well, that is massive and that is big. But like I said, it's it's the start that we Lincoln City needed, and I won't be surprised if there's new faces coming in this before Peterborough. I won't be surprised if we see one probably tomorrow or maybe going towards Thursday or even Friday. But who knows? Because obviously the deadline day is not far away, and obviously, as I said, and I'm saying it again, we've got two loans, so it's likely going to be loans. Even though I think there could be a possible permanent. I mean, as I said, Hakeeb, I feel like obviously will did play well in certain games. He was decent, which he was, and he had a few decent games, but it wasn't really working, and it didn't make sense that you're being under us, you're playing here, and then I mean, yeah, he had a decent game against Northampton, but again, it didn't work as we expected it to be. But again, I understand that obviously, that he wanted to be playing more, and that the club was working on, terminating his contract, and and successfully they've done that. But probably to make him be on the market again in the summer with his contract running out, then why not send him out on loan? And it did, and they've done that. I'm proud they didn't send him out to Grimsby Town, because then he'll be even more of a Judas than I thought. But again, look, I wish him all the best, on his loan spell. I'm really rooting for him to really excel under at Doncaster Rovers, and I'm hoping that Grant McCann, who's their manager now at Doncaster in League Two, I mean, it's a big step down. I would have expected him to go higher, but if you want to be playing Championship, you've got to raise your game in League Two and etc. But like I said, it's a real shame, but there was no surprises behind seeing Adelican leave us Lincoln City, and really go down to League Two to play for Doncaster Rovers. But obviously, it opens the door for another winger, maybe on a permanent or on a loan to come in. But we'll have to wait and see who comes through the door. Who comes through the door either this week. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously as well, um, there's other things that have been going on as well. We've also seen Jack Moylan and Dylan Duffy getting on the scoring sheet. They had a game against the Derby County academy team where they won their game. Um, I'm I think this is going to have a lot of a debate. Does Jack Moylan start ahead of Rico? Does do we see Moylan play up front alongside Taylor? My optimistic view is I would love to see Moylan play up front, but then you've got Draper who's also still digging along. So it would be a bit cruel and a bit harsh on Draper. Just like, does O'Connor go into the team on for Saturday? Who would you pull out? Would you pull out Mitchell? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't pull out Mitchell because somebody would have to obviously pull out, and to have Jackson, O'Connor, and Mitchell, or he sticks with the same back line, still have a four, Sorensen playing in the four, um, and then just probably add O'Connor into it, have Mitchell and Jackson. Maybe that's the way that maybe Skubala could go with on Saturday. But um, I'm very pleased for Jack Moylan. I'm happy for him because I said this boy is going to be out. Is going to be really somebody that is going to really light up our team this season. And I said so from time. Dylan Duffy, same thing. When they show their quality and their outstanding moments, there's more to come from. There's more to come from this team. And also, what's been going on in the news? Alistair Smith has been linked with a move. Has been linked with a loan move. Could be going out on loan. It's just a rumor. It's not surfaces yet, but obviously, look. At the end of the day, would I want Ali Smith to go on loan? It's difficult to say because Ali Smith is still a quality player, but then when you've got the likes of the two Ethans playing in midfield, it's hard to pull them out. Then you got Bish playing in there. I would like to see him be part of the four because I feel Skabala could still improve him and still get the best out of him, even though I've seen comments of people saying, "Oh, he's the worst player," blah blah blah, and all that pessimistic BS. Ali Smith don't need that. Don't need that crap. Don't need that crap ballistic crap. But at the end of the day, um, if he does go out on loan, I hope it's to a club that will get the best out of him because I feel like him, Jaden Brown do need low moves. I would still keep Ali Smith in it to give more options for Skabala. I know that Jaden Brown is definitely going to go out on loan for sure, and I think it'll be a League Two club. I wouldn't be surprised if it's permanent. But like I said, it's got to be the right club that's going to get the best out of him and get him to being back to his best. And I know I can clearly see that for sure, without a doubt. Um, but we'll have to wait and see what happens from now till before deadline day, before transfer deadline day. This week. Great things are willing to happen. Trust me. We also seen that we've been linked with an Irish midfielder, Senna Mellon, from Dundalk. Obviously, who played in the Lincoln Senior Cup game against Boston before we was kicked out of the Lincolnshire Senior Cup tournament due to unbreakable rules that was being broken. Um, Cornell, my reaction is I think this one would probably be for the future because obviously he's still young. He's a hot prospect. He's played 4 games in the League of Ireland for Dundalk, and he's showing how brilliant he can be as a midfielder. But I know maybe some Imps fans will more want quality quality midfielders like maybe a Scott Fraser to come in and maybe a George Grant to come in. But it's all about making sure that the player learns and improves and get better. And I feel Scabala can still get the best out of him. But if he was to come to us, I think it would be a future signing. And I'm not saying that we need a midfielder. We do need a quality midfielder in that midfield. But I mean, he ain't going to get in the first team, but he'll be the future. He'll have some sort of part to play. It was a bit similar to what Charlie Kendall was doing. But again, like I said, don't underestimate that move probably happening. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not sure if Skabala will want him or not. It's down to Skubala and his choice of who he wants, because we have to respect him as a head coach and respect who he has identified and targeted for whichever player he wants in his team. So that's the Senna Melon story that has been servicing throughout this week. My obvious opinion heading towards this Saturday's game is that us Lincoln City need to bring it on Saturday. We need to beat Peterborough on Saturday, because we need to get 3 points on Saturday. I want to see Joe Taylor giving everything. I want to see the midfield dominating, bringing the positive energy to Peterborough, standing up to Peterborough, making their players keep quiet, make them suffer. Not suffer as in make a bad tackle, but stand up to them. Stand them up. When they're on the ball, attack them. Keep winning the hard working tackles. That's what I want to see. But we're not far away from Saturday yet. I'll still be putting out my match preview for Lincoln City versus Peterborough. I also will be, obviously, just viewing what's been going on with Lincoln City Football Club, talking about Adelican's move, obviously players that we've been linked with, especially the young Irish prospect, and also reflecting on the Derby versus us Lincoln City game, and also Adelican's loan move to Doncaster Rovers. But I'd like to hear what you guys think, because you guys obviously are the ones that are making this possible. So I'd like to say thank you so much for watching the Imps View podcast show. Thank you very, very much for bringing it up to 475. I'd love to get it up to 476. It'd be very, very appreciated. Thank you very much for watching the Imps View podcast show. I'll see you soon in the next video, which will be the match preview of Lincoln City versus Peterborough United. If I could put it out early, it would be very, very appreciated. Maybe around Wednesday or Thursday or something, I might put it out early. But let's wait and see. And also, I'd like to say thank you very much to the Noise Academy UK, DJ Joe, thank you very much, DJ Benji, DJ Henry, every single one of you guys, thank you very much for putting out my Garage Grime mix out today. Recorded it. It's put out on social media, which I have shared it with everybody. You guys can listen to it if you'd like, if you want to. But thank you very much for watching the Imps View podcast show. I'll see you soon in the next video. Up the mighty Lincoln.